TMCnet at NextCom 2008.
Good afternoon and welcome once again. I'm Erik Linask coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada at NextCom 2008, where now it's my pleasure to be joined by Bert Nordberg, one of the 4 EVPs for Ericsson. Welcome, Bert.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Ericsson has, I guess, really been a little bit active in terms of acquisitions and such of late, and I guess that's part of your role at Ericsson now too. Can you talk a little bit about those acquisitions and Ericsson's overall strategy with those?
Yeah, I think that what you've seen is a number of acquisitions in Ericsson, big and small one, but you can also see a pattern where we wanted to build the best portfolio in the market for the fixed broadband business, and also that we needed the very, very good IP platform, because in the end game of the telecom is of course all IP, and that's why we bought Redback. We bought also Entrisphere because it's a fiber to the home, the GPON technology for fiber to the home, and then we bought Nordberg television. So you can see the pattern of having IP, or you can say IPTV as an umbrella, and then to be able to run IPTV you need a good IP network and you need a fiber technology, because everyone wants HD TVs, you need a bandwidth with that. So I think we have in Silicon Valley now established a very good ground for having a good umbrella for the IPTV solution, but not only for that, for other things also.
And how does that really fit in with the overall the goals that Ericsson has set?
Yeah, well, Ericsson as a company, we are a very strong leader in the mobile space, and with the convergence we are seeing, and we of course want to develop a core network that is access agnostic, so the access doesn't matter, and we have a full service broadband strategy, which means that you should have to a screen of your choice all the content, so it's from the mobile to the PC to the flat screen TV at home, and all this requires both a fixed network and a mobile network of course, and on top of that we are so when you look at the future LTE mobile network, you will have a speed up to 150 megabit per second over the air, and then you can of course imagine yourself what you can do with that, but that requires also ecosystem. So we are setting up research in Silicon Valley, and that will be our base for building the ecosystem for applications to the LTE networks. One reason is, of course, if you look at the mobile industry, 80% of the companies on the mobile world is European. If you look at the internet industry, it's Silicon Valley.
Right.
And you need, with a mobile broadband or mobile internet, it means you have to marry those two cultures into a good solution. That's why we are doing our move into Silicon Valley and in the center of internet to have the best solution for mobile broadband.
Is there, are you seeing interest and I guess in particular adoption of fixed mobile convergence type services?
Yeah, I think that I have a personal view that everything you do on the desktop you will do mobile. And I think social networking is the first thing. When you launch chatting in the mobile, of course, the first thing happened that all the young people moved to that operator, because the mobility is so strong. And I can also see, talking to the venture capital companies in Silicon Valley, that finally there is something about this mobile industry where we can make money. And I would like to have 1,000 or 10,000 application company connected to our LTE, which we will do totally open, the application interface. So there is good reason to stay in Silicon Valley for a long time.
Sure. This sounds like you're saying that it's at least partially being driven by the consumer subscribers, not so much the business side.
Well, on the business side, you can see a lot of usage now where you can put a mobile box in the car where you can connect Wi-Fi, you can connect your fax, you can connect the printer, you can connect the phone, and you can connect your computer. That box is already on the market, and that used the HSPA networks. So any small business or medium business. On top of that, we can do Centrex, so you can actually do mobile Centrex. So it's good for enterprise users also.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
You mentioned a little bit earlier IPTV.
Yeah.
What sort of traction are you seeing IPTV gain?
Now, I think that it's in the starting phase, of course, because you need to have You need to have very strong networks, and you need to have a fiber if you want 10 HD channels in the home and so on. So you need at least fiber to the basement of the buildings and so on. But I see the only thing I can measure is that there are hundreds of operators in the world investing in this. It's going to happen because I think it's sort of this triple play is going to be the way you buy services in the future. One operator, all services.
Sounds great. But there's still a heavy interest in RF TV, isn't there?
Yeah.
At least for the time being.
For the time being, there is, of course, and personally, there is. I think, the cable operators in the world is different because US is so cable centric. The rest of the world isn't. So it's a satellite centric and so on. So cable is so if you look domestically, it's quite clear that the cable operators are extremely strong. If you look globally, there is a lot of opportunities for the operators to go out and offer TV solutions. I think the battle here is going to be tough in America because you are the TV country of the world. I have 300 channels. I never had that before in my life, and so it's sort of it is really a TV country. But I think also that it will matter. What will matter for the operator is to have the right content. So it's a little bit we build the technology, but the matching thing will be the content.
So as you're still getting used to living in Silicon Valley, what can we expect to see moving forward from Ericsson?
Now I think we will be serious in our investment. It's sort of Ericsson is a 130 years old company, so we are quite solid. When we do an investment, we do it for real. It's not in and out. It's sort of we think that this is a very good place to find the best brain in the IP world and the best brains in the internet world. People always talk about low-cost country. I talk about finding the best people, because it doesn't matter then where it is as long as you have the best people. In the IP world, in the internet world, that place is California.
Sounds like a solid strategy.
Yeah.
We've been talking with Ericsson's Bert Nordberg. Bert, thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure.